That's my question. There's Alva. That's not the place I'm trying to go. Elite acid traps. Elite purge water traps. Hey, I'm in. Anything else I can craft on this? Okay, before we do that, actually, hold up, go back. Run back over here. Let's get all of the upgrades that we can. Slitherfangs are now our friend. Stalkers, also now our friend. Dreadwings, not yet. We need one more of the Fireclaw sack webbing. We need 2 eyeballs and a primary nerve from the slaughter spines. And there's still one machine we haven't even met yet. Good to know. Let's top off all of our ammo, since it takes way less to do. Am I gonna have to, like, what, go farm Metal Bite or something? In part because I think I just used so much acid for, like, literally everything. Okay, we got explosive spikes. Always good. Okay, I think we're set. And then... anything... okay, owl feathers. Still need more moonfish skin. Owl feathers, yeah. Mostly everything I need is owl feathers. Alright, Alva.
I am so lost.
How are you feeling?
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay.
She's very excited.
We take it one step at a time.
I agree. One step, good.
I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
What did... What? Why?
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you.
Yeah.
Not that you are the same person at all. I
No.
mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
Yeah.
We are.
Very different personality types.
I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely.
Oh.
It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process.
Oh,
this could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
Yeah. I can't imagine you're going to want to go back when this is all over.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe
She's
it'll
right.
help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
Hey, yeah, actually. I mean, they're going to need a lot of guidance still. And hey, maybe at this rate you'll become an overseer since you worked and were a trusted compatriot of a reincarnated ancestor.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
Your stuff.
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors.
Oof.
But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet,
You gotta
with a
admit.
distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
That's
If
true.
only the overseers back home would do the same.
Yeah.
You mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them.
Mm,
Whatever legacy they left behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
I see. That's fair because they don't have a whole lot of tech with them to be able to do it, but still as a whole, you gotta admit that's very interesting to her. This is like a god just kind of like woke up and walked around. There's a lot going on.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Yeah.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself.
Of
He
course.
took a special interest in anything related to Ted Farrow, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Yeah, of
Ted
course.
Farrow, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Pharaoh spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor.
Oh.
Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named Sio, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The
I see,
living
like
embodiment
CEO.
of Ted Farrow, a renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had
Well.
no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
Yeah, well. I mean, hopefully this becomes like better reflected on in the future.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor.
I see.
But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire.
I see.
Like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world.
Of course.
That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
I can't imagine that it's good. And I see what's going on here. They only want certain parts of the history known, parts that would benefit them and their household. So,
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be.
many
What
ships failed.
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast.
Of course.
Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door.
Very Ted Farrow of him.
more and more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
Oh.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principled diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
Yes, number one. Number two, she brings up a really excellent point. When you spend a lot of time distorting the truth to kind of put together your version of the history by only highlighting certain things, not only A, do you leave out a lot of parts that are important, but B, you have people that are honoring and treating humans as though they are gods, and that's kind of where the problem comes in, right? We're not gods. Even if you were to look all the way back to, you know, people like Da Vinci or you know, like all the Michelangelo, the great minds, Dante, like they were human. They are capable of human mistakes. They are capable of being horrible people as well as being brilliant people. Just look at the landscape around us now, regardless of what side that you're on in any sort of political stance, you can kind of just see, like, there are people that can be brilliant and also, like, capable of fallacy, of problems. And so when you project only the greatness and none of the humanity behind it, you run the risk of having people idolize glorifications of imperfection without seeing the imperfection. And there's so many levels to break this down. And I think Alva is the best way to tell this information. I'm tired of this glitching.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CEO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean.
So yes,
He's hardly a paragon of integrity.
also
I
fair.
can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep.
Yep.
Just
sounds
like a
about
manager.
right.
Yep, just like a manager.
The ancestors. Is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones.
That makes sense.
Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant.
I see.
That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
Yeah.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our
I like
parents are
it.
commoners, peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family, unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
That sounds harsh.
Yeah.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I
Oh.
promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
Wow. It's a lot to
I need
take
to
in.
get going, but if you need anything,
All I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Then I will do whatever I can. I promise.
She really reminds me of a friend of mine. Like, a lot, to a scary degree. The friend that I love very dearly, mind you, but boy, does she remind me of her.
Aloy, well met. We've been
Hey.
briefed on our mission, and are ready
Good.
whenever you wish to head to Cauldron Gemini.
Good.
Were you able to finish the new arm Gaia was helping you with?
Indeed. I was hoping we could discuss it, if you have a moment.
Good. Yes, I will do that beyond first of doing the Gemini mission because I want to see this new arm in action at Gemini.
Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tanakh.
Yeah.
Her mind is sharp, that much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me,
Yeah.
she's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
Yeah, I mean, I have earned your trust.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
Right.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you were looking
Oh,
for,
no.
and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation.
Thank you.
There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about your arm?
Indeed. It's time to test it. And I want you to be there.
Okay.
That's fair, in case it goes
How are
wrong.
we doing this?
Not how. Where? Will you meet me where we felled Regala's tremor tusk?
Yeah.
Right where the river bends.
Yeah.
Sure, if you want, but I'm not sure I understand.
Gotta test it
You'll
on
see when we
machines.
get there. I promise.
Then I'll
Got
let
it.
you know when I get close.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
I still think he's like my favorite of
I
the
have to go
companions.
Then do not let me keep you.
Yeah, I got people to check on.
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to Regala's old outpost near the bulwark.
May the Ten guide your way.
Yeah, there's gonna have to be like a return, like a point of no return kind of thing, right?
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though
Good.
when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed
Yeah.
her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Yeah.
Sounds like Alva.
She's a good person.
How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession.
Oh.
Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it
Okay.
metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. I
Okay.
think we have enough of that going around as it is.
Yeah, you would think.
Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utari
Okay.
do. Tea, they call it.
Ah,
Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they used
candles.
to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. Me, I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
That's fair.
How to go with the chorus after
Oh,
They were
okay.
shocked when I thought Fane's eyes would pop out of his, but of course they had no choice but to take it as, even if it meant all their preaching about me. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
Good.
I'm
good.
glad. You deserve it. They're
I-
lucky that you never gave up on saving them.
I just wanted to see if there's any new
I
information
need
about
to
that.
get going.
Right. You've retrieved the Omega clearance. That means we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. I'll make sure my gear's ready.
Yep. Still gonna be a few days though, 'cause I'm gonna go get that arm first, but
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
And an
I got Omega
experience.
clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
Good.
I see all of us settled in nicely.
Our new Quen friend? The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Yeah, that's all for you. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom. What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
Yep. I don't know how she feels about that,
Now
but
that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus
No.
and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging thunder jaws.
yeah.
Better than us, for once. I should go get this to Gaia.
Of course. Let us know when we're needed.
Before I go do that, I'm gonna go get that arm. There we go. What, did she want privacy? Maybe she's up with Gaia? I don't know. Alright. That's fine then. Let's go get the arm.
So, we're fighting immortals from the stars now?
Yes, yes we are. Wizards from the moon? Also yes. 100%, always. I don't know why, but I keep expecting like all of the snow up here to have melted. Which isn't realistic, given anything that we're going through.
Don't let the pretty land.
Alright. Where we fought the thing, right? Yeah, go to the meeting place. Stone's Crest. There might be extra stuff for me to have to do there then.
I wonder how much snow is going to
Champion,
pile up.
over here. I've got something to tell you.
Oh, we've got a new rumor. What do we got? Give me your knowledge.
We've had reports of rebels in the area. They've been spotted south in the forest.
I got
A
it.
few have made camp to the southwest, near the coast. And
'Kay.
we don't have enough squads to deal with them all. Best be prepared when you're out there.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, I was gonna go find them later anyway and take care of them.
Maybe I can help those Tanox deal with the rebels when I have the time.
Okay. So yeah, all I have to do is just jump off of this and go to the right. Yeah.
I was stuck on guard duty.
That looks like it. So, jump off this and go to the right. Gotta love these long glides. Tell me I'm still going in the right general direction. Says I'm getting closer. To the left a little. I'm getting closer, right? I think so. Yes. Ah, there's the campfire. Perfect.
Pretty sure this is where Kotallo wanted us to test his new arm. Not sure what he has in mind, though. I should
Yeah.
contact him. Let him know I'm here.
That's an owl. I will deal with that after I get the, Oh. Sorry, owl. Wishbone. Okay. I need owl feathers, though. Any other owls over here while I'm here? No! I wanted the owl. It's okay. No big deal. We'll just have to look around
Doesn't look like a good guy.
before I leave.
Hey, Kotallo. I'm by the Tremor Tusk site, where we agreed to meet. Want to test that
Good,
new arm
good,
of
good.
yours?
I'll be there shortly.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for waiting.
Maybe now you can tell me what we're doing here?
Not just yet. Follow me, please.
Yeah, I see.
For the fallen marshals!
Someone's being awfully mysterious.
Yeah, and being a lot.
Time telling me what you wanted to do to the bulwark.
That's fair.
My revenge.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I have to charge my iPad. I didn't realize that was dead. So I'm just like, oh, where did my management thing go? Couldn't figure that out. While I'm at it, you know, might as well do a little hunting. Whoop. Just because I really need these feathers. I'm sorry, Kotallo.
What am I looking at?
There we go. I got 1 owl feather. I think I need, like, what, 3? Hopefully
Sorry,
I can just go
there was
hunting.
something I needed to do. You were talking before I left?
Oh, you'll see. Come.
Dang it.
No one is climbing that mountain. Not even me. Must have knocked through right. I would need to fly to find out what happened to Farika.
Ah. Alright.
Alright, talk to me, Kotallo.
I wish to test the arm on that.
Okay. What are we fighting?
Has menaced the valley for
Scorcher.
some time. Killed more than a few of the Sky Clan. But no longer.
Are you proving it to yourself or to them?
I'm honored to help.
We finally get to see it. It's missing a couple fingers, I think. But he's very happy with it.
After you.
Of course. We've got to do some setup, though, before I'm fully ready to hop in and fight that.
Let's see how this thing likes the taste of metal.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course. Let's see. What kind of trap should I set? Maybe just a stealth around the butt stab? That seems right. Get a few blast ones. Get away from the blast trap. Get ready to stealth around the back. Okay. I'm gonna need to remember to go back for those. Okay, and... Run! Did he just electrocute that thing? That just flung him. Oh, I tried. Okay, one step closer. Where is it? Where'd it go? That. Where did that go? Yeah, come on. Oh. Get off of this thing, girl. Yeah, no kidding. I was trapped literally in a corner. Great. Ugh. Ooh. Okay, we got rid of the mine launcher. Let's see if I can finish shocking this thing out. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. Keep up with the electrical. Since he's going to bother to try. Well, I did hit a weak spot. Kotallo, I could use another lightning strike from the gods. Oh, I missed the ear. There we go. There we go. Got the... Oh, jeez. Whew, okay. Took out its heart. Is that gonna
Well, I
be...
think it's safe to say the new arm works fine.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, you could just leave it on all the
Why are you
time.
taking it off?
This is what I am now. What I overcame. Anything else feels wrong,
Yeah,
like a disguise.
that's fair.
I'll use the new arm when I need it, but the rest of the time, I will simply be myself.
I like
I wouldn't
that.
have it any other way.
You have my thanks for doing this with me. Here. Something to mark our victory.
No,
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you later then.
The 10 be with you, Aloy.
Definitely worth it. Glad I fought a few Scorchers, though, on my own first. Aided Kotallo. What was lost? Okay, where's the thing? I know I shot it off. Do I not get my thing back? Okay, stealth it. I would like to get my blast trap back without dying. Thank you. Volatile sludge is what that takes? Okay. Oh, that took like almost all my blast paste. It's fine. Sure, I could just purchase more at another interval before I go. Where is... Since I'm here, right, I'm gonna need to do something to get owl feathers. I definitely need it before I go. So where, oh where, are the owl feathers? Because boy do I need those.
I'll have use for these soon enough.
Oh, hey, what do you know? Craft bench. Let's finish upgrading our stuffs. Make sure we've got everything we need. Yeah, I did use a fair amount of electric ammo. Yeah, I didn't use up all the blast paste. I had just all the blast paste I had on me. That's fine. Okay, yep, that's everything on that end. Let's take everything I can out of the stash first. Just so that this way I have everything I need before I go into the final fights. Okay. I'm gonna need these. By far. Advanced blast trap. Regular blast trap. And I think we're set. Okay. Okay. Owl. Any other owls? Because I need a lot of feathers. Okay, we got 1, 2. Okay, that one got me a feather. And man, I was hoping I'd catch that one. Quite frankly, I don't even care about all the rest of this. I just want the owl stuff. Who is fighting what and why? Are these my people or not? Okay, something's on to me. Hold on. Duh! I don't know what that was, but... Okay, he is definitely one of us. Get me a lance horn. Make this easier. There we go. That should help. That should help with everything. Just make those guys fight each other. Hey, you're not my guy. I would like all the stuff on your back. I need the blaze and stuff, please. Thank you. There we go. That's dead. Fingers crossed my Lancehorn survives a little bit longer. Go ahead, you can do it. I have faith in you. Not a lot, but I have some. Okay, there's more Lancehorns over there fighting one of our people. Ooh, that's not about to end well. Let's see. How else can we do this? Okay, Fireclaw Strider, definitely over there. Dead to knock. Not what I wanted. Okay, so one of the things I could do is that. For the very obvious reason. He just felled that whole tree. Got that. Okay. Jeez, guys. I didn't expect this to be a massive overhaul fight. I just wanted, you know, to help the people who were already fighting. All right. You want to play this game? Yeah, well, I was hoping for a few more invincibility frames. It didn't happen that way. Yeah, well, keep moving, keep moving. Just fall down already. I could turn you, but I already have a way better horsey. Mine's made out of acid. I would like the blast paste on your back, please. You didn't give me the blast paste on your back. And who do you think you are, huh? You want to have a game? We'll have a game. There. Please, please don't. I can feel that Lancehorn getting closer. Yep. Give me all the things off your back, please. All of them. Oh! Ooh. Okay. Look, that's fair. I'll give you that one. You hit me really good with that one. I hit you better, though. I definitely did not save those to knock them time. 100% can confirm. Well, at least I got an antler out of the whole thing. Fireclaw Strider. I mean, at least I'm getting the elemental stuff, which is good. Jeez, where did you come from? Didn't I already kill all of you? I thought I killed them all. Look, I just came out here to look for owls, not, you know, fight another war. In the meantime, would any of the Claw Striders that have seen me please tell me where there are owls? Because I kind of need them at this point. Alright, is that everything? Chill water. Fanghorn. I didn't even know there was a dead Fanghorn in here. Which is, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I probably should have been aware of, but... Well, at least nobody can say I'm out of materials. Yeah, give me that. There we go. Give me a little bit of everything. Lancehorn drill. Resource container. Just what I need. Alright. Now the real question. Where are the owls? Because I need owls. I need owls' feathers. Badly.
Can't let the cold distract me.
You're gonna be fine. Gotcha. Okay, that gets me up to 5. I think I need 6. Sorry, little dude. But also having more meat isn't a bad thing in this case. Sorry, goat. Yeah, well. Owl. Sorry, owl. I literally just need one more feather. Feathers are supposed to be the easiest thing to get. Feather? Look, if I have to go hug a Fireclaw just to get it, I will. Salmon. I think I need salmons for stuff. Pretty sure, anyway. Where'd this... There it is. I was like, I know for a fact that I saw that there was a salmon somewhere. Okay. So now where's the owls? Did I catch it? I don't know if I caught it or not. Okay, there's one owl. Give me your feathers. Come on. Feathers? Feathers. Okay, I should hopefully have enough. I'm going to do a manual save, though. Quick save, actually. Let's go back to the city and see if I can upgrade my pouch all the way. Oh, I'm, like, literally right outside the city. Where? I have to go up. That's right. I have to go up to get into the city. Is this the path I broke? I don't remember. Alright, fingers crossed the Lancehorns don't shear me into pieces while I'm running away. Oh, hey, look, a Lancehorn that wants to shear me into pieces as I'm running away. How do I get where I'm going? Right, here's the door. Here's the door I blew open.
Going down.
Hey, can I just go up this way? Thank you. I'd rather just use the lift instead of the giant gaping hole in your gate that I made. Would be appreciated, thanks. Thank you. Alright. There we go. Move, dude. I need the workbench. Thank you. So we need to finish the pouch upgrades that we've got. I did need more salmon bone. I was right. Well, there we go. So now all I'm missing in terms of my pouch upgrades, I just need more moonfish skin. Literally one. And we should have everything with that. Let me finish topping off my ammo before we go back to the base and give Omega clearance to Gaia so we can keep going forward. And hopefully somewhere in the process we get more moonfish skin. I know I have to go search the oceans, but I'm hoping that there's more after this and not just like immediately locking me in to go fight the Zeniths. Because I mean, there is that, but I think I go do this so I can now override everything. Because all I can't override left is like a handful of items. Right, you take the slabs. Although I do use this blasting sling for like literally everything. So I'm willing to spend the slabs to make this happen. Ah, you need even more slabs. Okay. That's fine. Let's put in the braiding real quick. And then, yeah, this, we need to edit the coils. Oh, no. Equip it. Equip it. I would like that equipped, please. Edit the coils. Okay, so first things first. Already in use. Where? What has an instant chance of getting me... What do I have that on? It's not this. Oh, it's the Frost Hunter bow. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. Edit coils then. So what I'll do is... no. Put this... Okay. Coils. Down. New coil. There we go. I do use stick a lot, but reload speed would be good. Draw speed. Stealth damage is always good, but yeah, I think stick is going to be where it's at. Okay, let's go give this thing to Gaia. Oh, right. Top off my stores. Make sure we've got everything we need. Then we can just continue on with the story. As I think what's going on, I think Beta's in her room, in Gaia's room, and that's why we couldn't go ask Beta what she thought of Alva. Okay. Oh. Wait. One last thing. Sorry, I'm sure this back and forth is probably annoying. Okay, so we do have all the tools. Got it. Where is the magic teleporting fire that gets me in and out of... Right here. Manual save, because I'm already at a great prep point. Yes. Now we go back. Still totally vibing with these load times. Okay. So now Kotallo has his arm that we got for him in that fight with the Scorcher. So all we gotta do is just give the Omega clearance to Gaia and go trap Hephaestus in Gemini. That's what we're doing. Everybody's all prepped, everyone's all talked to. We just have to essentially pull the trigger and make it happen. Go, Aloy, go! I would so much just rather use the pullcaster for, like, all of my... Nope. All of my transportation in this game instead of climbing ledges. I've become so spoiled by this pullcaster. I don't know if I can go back to playing the mechanics of the first one after this.
Forget it. The man is unbeatable at machine strike.
Oh. They're talking about Kotallo. They're talking about why Kotallo can beat them in their board game. That's why. All right, Gaia.
Welcome back.
Well, we have a table. So what? Did Delta just like lock herself away or something? Right. Let's put in all of the. Did I?
Reconnected now.
There we go. I do have more in there. Just want to take a look-see of it before we go talk to Gaia. See how it looks. Come on. You can do it. I know you're thinking really hard on what it looks like out there.
Good choice.
Vegas. With Moreland. Alright, Gaia. Now that it's all nice and bright in here, what's up? No, it goes away.
Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
There was a lot of
Did
problems.
something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will
Beta,
we be
not
able to
Delta.
transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself.
Oh?
It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
Okay.
With your subfunctions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the
Okay.
net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously
Oh,
calculated.
no.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
35
Each
hours.
hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths.
Okay.
2 cores. 2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then?
Half the time? Yeah.
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators.
She doesn't
in
want to
addition
leave, though.
Obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay.
So 4 chances of them finding us. She's not gonna like
Well,
this.
It looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
Thank you, Varl.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
You know,
You better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
psychologically or
Okay.
physically? Because if it's psychologically, it might be physically by the time Aloy's done with her. She has no patience for her. This is not gonna go well. Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Oh, that's his death metal. That's not Beta screaming. Oh god, okay. Fastest way down, honestly.
Aloy,
Oh god, now what?
I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Yep. Oh, no, no, no. This is not about to go well. She is not sympathetic.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you.
What is she doing?
Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. Their slave. Forever.
Oh. Be compassionate for the one time in your life, Aloy.
Varl and I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them.
We already have.
I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless.
I don't think she's gonna survive this encounter.
Leave me alone. You don't understand.
Don't I?
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you
She's
think
not
I've thought
Elizabeth?
about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the
Ross.
data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference?
I had hope.
What's my defect?
You're not a defect, girl. I see the compassion in your eyes. Go with it, girl. Please. Save her. She pulled that from Rost's neck, didn't she?
Beta. You don't have a defect. Beta. Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The
It's a
difference
piece of
is,
me.
I had him. Rost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving.
No.
The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He
Yeah.
wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way.
Yeah.
And that was enough. I feel like
Oh.
it was like
I wasn't ready for this today.
having the strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
They gave him the baby carrier, too.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way.
No, she knows better.
I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad,
Oh.
if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand?
She's not the kind that would pull that trigger, but she also is the kind that would pull that trigger.
Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to
Okay.
make it as efficient as possible.
Okay. I can do that.
I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Okay. Yeah, let her have time to sit with that. A lot happened there.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Okay.